Oh, Broncos country! Let's go! What a game, Broncos country! I was so proud to be in the stands when the Denver Broncos orchestrated one of the most epic comeback wins in the history of football. What an amazing weekend it was. What an amazing time to be a Broncos fan. We've got so much to talk about, Broncos country. So we're not going to keep you waiting in the wings any longer. Let's go. This is the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast here on the Orange and Blue Network. Let's go.
Smooth, the pins to chew, breaking down plays about to debut. Denver pride in every view. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Bright lights of my heart in our view. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. From draft picks to game reviews, celebrating wins, analyzing the clues. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. No orange and blue.
Nothing rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling it.
Anybody feeling it? I know I am. Jay, you too, right? Yep, there it is.
I don't want to talk about it.
What's up, everybody? How you doing, Broncos country? And what you loving up to, Orange and Blue crew? Welcome to the post-epic comeback win edition of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. Oh my God, you guys, we were all there. We were there. We witnessed, we bore witness to one of the most incredible comeback wins in the history of the NFL. Wow. I mean, what? There's nothing else to say. Go Broncos, baby. How you guys feeling today?
Good.
Yeah, you can't be riding higher than we are right now as a fan base. Like, that is...
Hold up. Oh.
Are you still
again?
No, I was going to say, these vibes couldn't be higher. Like, we always talk about how, the vibe of the game and how a game ends, like, rides you through the sunset of the rest of the week until the next week. And, like, man, I couldn't be higher. Could not be higher right now as a Bronco fan. We got to witness, like, probably the best Bronco game since Super Bowl 50 in a Super Bowl 50 reunion. There's so many storylines.
Or DT.
The whole game.
And we've been saying that. And how many times have we... Yeah. And we've already said that once this season after we beat the Eagles. And now we're saying it again after we beat the Giants. It was unbelievable. Welcome, everybody, to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. I'm Johnny Baki, the Mile High Viking. With me, as always, my cousin, my childhood best friend, Jay, the Dream Weaver. We're also joined by Tim Dog from the up-and-coming Mile High Outcast. And we're joined by one half of the Broncos bros, Mr. George Montoya.
Oh, my
God. It is so good to see you guys. Jay said it. Vibes are immaculate. Tim Dog, how are you feeling right now?
Man, I won't even call it a roller coaster. I'll call it a heart attack of 3 quarters. What is going on in the world, right? It's like, what is happening? 4th quarter, definitely, because I'm not going to, not see what's the end game. But you felt something. They got that 6, and then they went for 2. They got their 8, right? And boom, we're back in it. And then you got, and that's when Franklin caught that, the ball off the handle, for the touchdown. And man, they got it going, and they came back, and they, it was going like, but you felt something there. Whether you were in the stadium, whether you're watching on a TV, any Bronco fan is like, I am not shutting this TV off. So like, to what Jay said, to set off in the sunset or whatever, like, man, as a Bronco fan, they pulled it out, and I'm gonna tell you, Bo Nix, legs and arm in the fourth quarter, it's what got us there, and everyone believed. So I'm gonna ride that Bo train.
It'd be rude not to.
Hey Jay, I'm gonna back out for just a second. Keep the show rolling.
Go, Bo, go.
George, what did you think, man? What was your 2 cents as, half of the bros? Like, how was your crazy day of game day?
Man, let me tell you, I'm still trying to get my voice back, so I'll probably sound a little raspy. I was in pure despair. Yeah, it was agonizing. I was showing love to the Giants fans. I said, man, y'all are kicking our ass today. This is unacceptable. And then we took our stroll. We left our seats. We did not leave the game, but we took our stroll down to the 100 concourse, down to where everybody could watch the game in the triple section where all the TVs are at. And we went and enjoyed our time there, man. And I would just say the game overall was hard to watch. Hard to watch us struggle so bad. Again, no offense. Why is it the repeat of the last 9 years? We're going backwards. It feels like, right? And then we go put 33 in the fourth and blow my mind. And now, I might have lost 3 years of my life and grew about 20 more gray hairs, but it's worth it.
To your point though, man, like this wasn't just a shitty offensive performance on the road in Philadelphia that we all expected to struggle in. No, this was against a inferior team on DT's day. Like we at home in Super Bowl 50, fashion, like the the largest alumni event in Broncos history. Like for you to lay that big of a dud from a guy that is so arrogant in his knowledge and guru status that Sean Payton is, it was about to be one of the most epic loss and performance games in a Broncos history for a long time, in my opinion. Like that would have been such a letdown of a game. But it's all better when you win. Everything's better in a win, no matter what.
I know. I'm just
conversation.
Go, George.
Different. The conversation would be completely different. We would be trashing this team. It would be a dumpster fire. We're frauds. We do not belong on the stage. And
we would have been clowned.
We are still like right there. Like only the W. There's only a W in between the space.
Yep.
And 33 points in the fourth quarter and making crazy history.
Sliver.
I do not want to win games like this, guys. This is not the season. This is not what I want to go through every week. This is agonizing. It reminds me of the Tebow days where you can just turn the game on in the fourth quarter and, oh, shit, we're winning the game. Oh, my God. Like, no, I want to watch us play football for 4 quarters. That's all I want.
It is eerie that it is Tebow time. Like we are now in the territory of some sort of cool, catchy name for Bo. I don't know what it is, but it can't be Bo time. Like we got to do something different than that. But like,
Believer.
I know I'm just now getting back to the party, and I'm sorry, guys. It's weird. It's always been Jay with the freaking internet connectivity issues, and right now, for the last 2 episodes, it's been me. I don't like this, and I'm not used to this. Anyway, no, I know I'm just now getting back to the party. But I want to say something, okay? One thing that I've heard a lot of the last couple of weeks is that the Broncos don't have an offensive identity, right? People have been saying it, like the Broncos can't find an offensive identity. Hey guys, guess what? They have one. Okay, and I know that George says I don't want to see it, but guess what? That's what it is right now. And you know what? We're winning games. They are the comeback kids. That's what they are. That's what they do. It's what John Elway did. It's what made him who he is. I'm not saying that it is something that I want to continue forever by any means, but I am saying that right now that is their identity. It is who they are at the moment, and for the time being, as long as Garrett Bowles said it himself post game in his interview in the locker room. They asked Garrett Bowles about it, and he said, "You know what? We didn't get it done the way we wanted to, but we got it done, and that's what matters."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but the identity part, what you're saying, that's our identity. Like, that is what we had to go through for, going in how many weeks now? We're going to go into week 8. I get it. That is who we've been, but that's why I don't want it to be our identity, because that's not who we should be. Play calling should be way different. You have chess pieces all over the Broncos offense. You have them all over.
Sure.
I don't want it to be the comeback kid. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that Bo's doing that when necessary, but he shouldn't have to go through that. The defense shouldn't have to give up time of possession because of all the 3 outs. So to me, it's not, and I'm not trying to disrespect, but I don't want that to be an identity, because we are better. We are better. Even with our record, we're number 1 in the AFC West, but we are better than what we're playing. And to me, you can't find an identity without actual play calling, because once that play calling comes through and you let your people do, you paid Ingram, your Harvey wheel routes, George, I've said that a lot. Like you got the Chiefs coming back now because they got Rashee Rice. That you can't look back at the Chiefs and be like, we're in the Super Bowl. What I'm saying is the AFC West is coming for us. Chargers, Chiefs, they're coming. I'm not saying they're better than us. I'm saying they're coming. So our identity can't be like,
sure.
Oh, let's be a comeback kid.
When I said that's our identity, I don't mean that's a permanent thing. I just mean right now, that is how we're winning games. 3 in a row, guys, 3 in a row. And is it a recipe for long, success in the long game? No, it's not. But right now, while we're still trying to figure out what else we can be, it is a recipe that is winning. And so right now, that is the identity of this, at least of this offense, is the comeback kids. And that's why tonight's episode is called Comeback Kids. That is what we are. That is how we've been getting it done. And right now, the NFL is gushing over us. When's the last time the NFL was gushing over the Denver Broncos? All right,
50.
I am here for it, boys. I am here for it.
I'm here for it. I would just say I wouldn't so much call us the comeback kids as much as the finishers. Right now we're the finishers. We're not really.
My wife will tell you it doesn't matter. My wife will tell you it doesn't matter how you start as long as you finish, right?
Yeah. But we've blown some leads. We've given up. We have done nothing in games, and then all of a sudden, it's time to fucking get it done. And we're finally learning, which I think is the only thing I've taken out of this 7 weeks. We are finally learning how to be that team that has that 1-score win in their favor because they're finishing games. Right now, we're, I think, 4-1 in 1-score games. Don't quote me on it, but we're close, right? We're winning.
I think
technically 4-2. 4-2.
It might be 4-2, but
it's
we're on
4-2.
the upside. We haven't been on the upside of that. We haven't been the other side of the winning side of those games in a long time. So that is the only thing I can take from it, is that we're struggling to find an identity, but we know we can finish games. Yes. So if we just find an identity, it will coincide with finishing the game.
While finishing games.
Exactly. We'll be able to put 2 and 2 together and make a full, complete game plan. We'll be blowing teams out for once.
I hear you. Absolutely. And I'm totally with you. Before we continue, though, let's get some housekeeping out of the way. Let's hit some comments real quick. Let's shout out our sponsor. And then we'll get back to having a little more fun. Not that comments isn't fun. It's fun. But I'm just saying. Here we go. We got our buddy, first commenter of the evening, Mr. Ty Walden, one half of the Incomplete Podcast. Good evening, gentlemen. Our good buddy, Shai Vargas, in the house. How about them Broncos? The host of the Get Shiped segment of the Get Bucked Game Day show. Love it. It's good to see you, Shy. We got we got Fanatic Dak in the house. What up, chat? What up, Dak?
Oh, wow. The
other half of the bros.
George.
The other half of the bros, and I just want to go on record. I invited both bros to be on the show tonight because they didn't get to have a show on last night, and Dak turned me down. Just saying. We know who the real bro is, right, George?
Hey, Broncos bro is working, all right?
That's right. No, priorities, baby.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Yeah, you got to figure out your priorities, Dak, all right? No. We got Bronco Rob in the house. Let's go. Gonna make me have a heart attack or an aneurysm. Best heart attack or aneurysm of your life, bud. Let's see. We also got Mile High Medlock. That's Joe. The other half of the upcoming Mile High Outcast saying good Tuesday evening, everybody. What's up, Joe? Let's see who else we got here. Who else we got that I haven't hit up? Uncle Todd. Uncle Todd in the house.
Hey, Uncle Todd in the house.
I agree with Johnny. They are the new comeback kids, and it was great meeting you all Sunday. Great to meet you too, Todd. For real. Ray Haas in the house. Knicks has 6 fourth quarter comebacks in 2 years. That's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. All right. That does it for the comments for just a minute. Here. Let's show some love to the sponsor of today's show. I had it up and then I had to do my restart, so I lost it. Dang it. Give me a second here. Okay, guys, make sure you show some love to the sponsor of the Orange and Blue Network and, of course, of tonight's show. That, of course, is Dubby Jitterless Energy Blend. You can find the link in the bio below, dubby.gg. Jump on over and check it out, guys. Dubby is amazing stuff. Comes in a multitude of delicious flavors. But the best part about Dubby will get you the kick in the ass you need to start your day. Keep going through your day, and you won't get the jitters or the crash at the end because Dubby has no sugar at all. It also has no calories. It has no maltodextrin or fillers or artificial colors. It is nothing but amino acids, B vitamins, and nootropics, which keep you sharp throughout your day. And the caffeine that's in Dubby comes directly from the coffee fruit. So it's as natural as it can possibly be. It is absolutely delicious. Comes in all these amazing flavors. There's even a new one called orange blood or something like that. I don't even remember what. It looked good as hell, though. It's from another one of their anime mashups, Jay. The Chainsaw Man anime. There it is. Bleeding Orange.
Good Lord.
I feel like I mean I don't care much for anime, but I feel like I need to try that Bleeding Orange just because it's orange, right?
Chainsaw Hands, like Edward Scissorhands adaptation in anime.
Yeah, it's some crazy. I don't know. I don't watch anime, so it's not my thing. But dudes, I'm telling you, everybody get over there. Check out Dubby. It's amazing stuff. We swear by it. Make sure that it, and then, of course, just like the Broncos got their dub this weekend, you're going to get your own dub by punching in code OBN10. That's OBN10. That gets you 10% off your order at checkout. So make sure you jump on over there. Get yourself a dub. All right? And then, of course, as I said before, this is the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast on the Orange and Blue Network. If you haven't already, or if this is your first time ever watching, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube, especially because we are less than 50 subscribers now from giving a free Bo Nix jersey away. You do not want to miss out on that opportunity. All right? Share it out there so your friends know. Ding that little notification bell so you don't miss any of our other awesome content, including Orange and Blue Blitz, Broncos Bros, of course, the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast, Mile High Sports Symposium Broncos Talk for the Spanish speakers. Viva los Broncos. You got the Fresh Squeeze for breaking news. Get Bucked Game Day Show and Buck Your Feelings post-game show every game day, plus 2 new shows are about to debut, literally filling us out with a full roster every day of the week. Boom. How y'all feel about that right there? Make sure you also check us out on X and Facebook and listen to the audio version of every podcast wherever you find your favorites. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. Housekeeping out of the way. Let's get back to it. Fanatic Dak saying it was awesome to link up with y'all for game day. Bro, everybody that we got to hang out with and meet this weekend was an unbelievable experience. I can't speak for these guys, but I know I can speak for myself. How did you guys feel?
I had just a crazy of a day, man. I went with my parents. It was my first game with my parents for a long, long time. It was just kind of one of those like Bronco games that was like, you knew it was a historic moment, to be at that game. Like that was just kind of one of those games everyone's going to remember, regardless of, like the crazy 33-point fourth quarter, like Super Bowl 50, the chain gang. Like it's not every day that things like this happen at the stadium, like it was a fever dream of a day is like the best way of saying it, because like I feel like I was so many different places, saw so many different people, and like it all just like, holy cow, what a day.
What a day.
It's a lot to process.
Fever Dream Weaver,
Fever Dream Weaver. It
sums it up. I need a jersey of that.
What about you, George? How did you feel just in general with that whole day, man?
Oh, dude, I was elated. I was on top of the world the whole time. The game was great and all, but I had my Broncos bro with me in the flesh. That's the first time we got together since we graciously were invited to be on this podcast and start our own. So, to be with my bro, going to the game of the year, maybe even of the decade, like you're talking just the historical monument, DT statue unveiling, his mom, bless Katina, Mama Thomas, signed my hat.
Beautiful.
There's no better, and signed Dax Von Miller jersey, signed Tim's jersey in the background up there. Like the experience overall was surreal, and it was not replicatable in any way other than being there. Like in the chain, we went in late and somehow got a chain just because the moment was there. Like we just accepted fate, and it was. I told everybody the whole time. I said, this is the game you want to be at. Dallas next week, cool. Like no, this is the game, and it was the game. It all turned out to be exactly what we wanted it to be, with the W on top. So that was just gracious, but just the atmosphere was freaking sick. The whole 50 team. You got CJ Anderson standing there. You already that's my dog. I had him on film. I had him on close up. It was great, dude. TJ Ward, Chris Harris, Manning up there crying about, like it was just, the whole moment was perfect. It couldn't have been better.
It's like you said, and Tim, I'm coming right to you, I promise. It's like you said, man, this was the game. Like this is my fifth game of the season that I've been to. This was my fifth because I did some traveling with the team, and for the first month of the season. I went to every game for the first month, and I'm gonna tell you, man. Like, but this game, when this schedule came out, and I knew what this day was gonna be, and this was the one that I had circled and said. And when my wife said, "Which game do you want to go to this year?" I said, "This one, October 19th, Broncos versus Giants." And what's crazy, you can't really see it, but it's up here. It's right over here, actually. Is I have the inaugural the towel that was given at the inaugural game
for the Giants
at Mile High at Invesco Field at Mile High on September 10th, 2001, the day before 9/11, when the Denver Broncos beat the Giants. Right, but the day before 9/11, I was at that game. This is my second. This is the first time I've seen the Broncos versus the Giants since, and I gotta say. It felt so good. Tim, what was your feeling with the entirety of the day, man?
Before Tim says anything, let me just give one shout out to Cody Latimer. He did come by the tailgate one more time.
Cody!
Big, and that was big. That was big time too because he played for both teams.
That's
you know,
true. I forgot he was a
it
Giant.
was a win-win, and
was
so
a
it was
Giant.
just a great time. Tim, it's your turn.
You stood next to him, Tim. You know he's a Giant compared to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
mean,
for
and me.
sure. So my feelings started. I mean, obviously, you get through a game as horrible in London. We got to start looking at next week. So of course, me, Mile High Medlock, George, Dak, we all talk like what's coming in. The greatest thing is the night before my Uncle Todd came over, and I'm like, dude, they're tailgating, and he's like, all right, we'll go. So George and Dak, we met them at Chubby's on Federal, and we drove down with them. We didn't have tickets to the game, but we tailgated with everyone. And one shout out I want to give to is Libre. What a gracious host! What a great dude!
Always.
Welcome me in, and cooking up the food. The DJ's playing, and I got to meet Jay and his parents. Like. The first thing I did, though, is come behind Johnny, and I'm like, hey, where's my vape at?
Right here, bitch.
But for all of you guys to bring us in, and I'm not going to lie, it starts with George. Dak brought George. It's always going to be a chain of command, but, I got to start coming in. I got to be a guest host. Johnny, thank you very much for continuing on with me and Medlock, Mile High Medlock. Jay, great pleasure to meet you, my brother.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Now getting closer, because we didn't have tickets, we took the 31 back up, and me and my Uncle Todd watched the game at my house. And I had a couple phone calls from George throughout the game, but obviously I'm on a lag, so he already knew they won. So he calls me 7 seconds before I saw the play. And he's like, they won. You couldn't wait 2 minutes to let me watch it myself.
Absolutely not. Good here, live.
Yeah. So he called me from the stadium right after we won, man. And I'm jumping up and down. You ask my Uncle Todd if I'm lying. I'm on my knees praying. Please, please. All my girls are like, oh, this
You're
is
killing
dad.
me, Small.
This is dad.
Right at the same time.
Throughout the tailgate, throughout everything, was just like truly like, man, friendship and family, man, everything you guys do to make me and my High Medlock feel welcome, especially my Uncle Todd as well, is awesome. It was great to meet Dak. I mean, I've talked to him many times, but we haven't actually met. So he actually gave me a hug and picked me up off my feet. He's like he's a strong dude. But it was all love throughout the day, and then we got the dub at the end. Now we got to worry about Dallas and that duo receivers.
And we got to worry about the Mile High Outcast getting started. Of course. Sir. And I've got one thing to say to George.
You're a monster.
And then one thing to say to Tim. I want you to remember this when before Outcast gets started.
Who's your daddy?
That's right. Anyway, Anyway, all right, guys. So, let's get into some stat stuff from this game, because there is some crazy freaking facts about this game that make it. Jay said it. It was such a historic day, just in general, with the Super Bowl 50 squad and DT. I mean, oh my God, how emotional! At least in that stadium, the emotions during that, during the unveiling of his name at halftime, and the entire thing, dude. I won't even lie, man. I had tears. Like, especially, and all of the guys that paid tribute to him on that field. That was incredible. It was beautiful. But, man, when Emmanuel Sanders started speaking, man, oh, my God, the waterworks started flowing for me, bro. I mean, I'm not even lying. I am not ashamed of it at all. But it was such a beautiful day. And it was and how about the weather? It was perfect. Couldn't have been better for it. Yeah, it was. It was.
What I was going to say, we had the in-person experience, but I feel like we got a bunch of gems after the fact that we got to look that the general population had on social media while they were watching the game. I didn't see obviously Peyton Manning's interview about DT until after the game, where Peyton's just trying to keep it together. was such crazy, just things everywhere, man. Like there just were storylines throughout, and I'm sure there will be stories to be told on future podcasts and interviews and such from that weekend. It was an epic weekend for all of them.
It was.
One thing I do want to do, give flowers to George real quick. DT's mom, we were at the ceremony, and George was like we were on the west side of the gate, and I believe, I mean, we can't confirm it, but I'm 99.9% sure George is the one who got her attention, and she came to our side of the gate and signed autographs, and then the dad came over. And they were just signing, man. You asked George, I took my third. He's throwing his hat, and he goes, "I need that hat back." I mean, it was crazy, but I truly believe George was the one who got the parents to come over. Much
That's
gracious
awesome.
to DT's parents.
That's
You guys
awesome.
are awesome. Sorry for everything that you lost, but they got to see love, and you know what? I got to be
She
part
was
of
so
that.
gracious.
But yeah, but
His
you know what?
legacy,
George
his
was calling her
legacy
over.
can never die.
George, right? I kind of believe that you were the one.
Like she waved over, and like obviously everybody thinks that she's waving at them, right? But like,
Of course,
I waved,
just
and
like
then
you do, George.
I did this. I was like, I was waving in the air, I was like, and she asked the guy and whispered in his ear and was walking over in 30 seconds.
That's awesome. That's
And I was
awesome,
losing it.
bro. I mean, I didn't get to have that experience, but that is an amazing one. And I mean, the whole day was about experiences, not just the game. Now we're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about it, but I mean, okay. Another one I got to shout out, Notorious. Who showed up. He and I finally linked up. I got my boots. My custom painted, my Notorious custom painted boot, combat boots. He and I have been trying to link up for like 6 weeks now to get that exchange done. Finally got done, but he was there. He also did one of his amazing paintings of DT, which he presented to DT's mom. Just again, the whole weekend, the whole thing was about experiences, man. But I mean, and then it all culminates in this in one of the greatest comebacks in the history of the NFL. Okay, I mean, think about this. At one point, with 8 minutes left in the game, the freaking Giants had a 99.8% chance of winning that game. I mean,
the probability graph was insanity.
It's insane. But I mean,
there's never been a fourth quarter in history like that. There's never been a fourth quarter comeback in history like that.
First team in NFL history to score 33 points in the fourth quarter after being shut out for the first three. That's insane. 33 points, most in a single quarter in franchise history, and almost tied the NFL record for the most fourth quarter points ever, which was 34.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, Bo Nix, first player in NFL history to come out of the game with 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in the same quarter. Unbelievable. I mean, for anybody who still doesn't believe that Bo is him, okay, Bo is him. All right, like we're gonna have to figure out how to get some momentum going earlier, but Bo is him, y'all.
... in the fourth quarter.
I like that, Jay.
When you let him roll free, when you let him roam free, and you don't restrict him with throwing screen passes for 17 of your 50 passes.
Yeah, agreed.
You don't babysit him, play calling wise. If you don't, give him a governor.
Yeah.
The Broncos. If you just let him swing it down the middle of the field, go ahead, John.
Oh no, you're good, man. I was just gonna say Broncos had, they managed to overcome 12 first down achieving penalties for 127 yards to still win the game. That is an amazing achievement. I mean, how often do you hear about a team that gave away 12 first down penalties and still won the game? I mean, unbelievable. Now, a bunch of those, I'm going to say, I am not I am not a conspiracy theorist. I'm never that guy that just goes, oh, the refs cost us this one or whatever. There was some really questionable calling in that game.
Well, look at the pass interference call late in the
that was
fourth.
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That is the best way in coverage to cover somebody without a penalty to the T. And you get called on it. But
you box him out.
It happened. Okay, let him get theirs. There's time on the clock. We can go down and we can do this. You know what it reminded me of is that Kansas City, I'm not trying to give Mahomes his props, but you remember when there was like 30-something seconds on the clock and they drove down with no timeouts and able to kick the field goal to win the, in the playoffs. Like, I'm like, Bo can do this too. Bo can do, and he proved that. And then when Sutton ran out of, not out of bounds, but to the middle, here's the ball. Let's spike this. Everybody's football IQ came together. Let's get on this line. There's no timeouts. Let's go get this done. This is what this fourth quarter is meant to do.
Marvin on the line with his hand up. I'm on the ball.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, dude, it showed that the whole team understood what the moment was, how much time was left. It was perfect.
He shout out Will Lutz for making the field goal. Thank God.
Big nuts Lutz. That's right.
How scary was that? How scary was that?
Oh, that was the worst. That was probably the worst part of it. That half a second right before we're going to snap the ball and kick this field goal. I probably was holding my breath for 45 seconds. He needed to snap.
Oh, dude.
I was going to pass it.
I mean, shades of week 2 and then shades of Kansas City last year, man. That feeling that, can't, that, oh God, will it go through? Will it go through?
Again, it's going to happen again. Here we go.
But Johnny, you talked about the questionable, officiating. That was definitely a topic of discussion, I think, since the game, and obviously hasn't stopped with the whole footage of Greenlaw and post game. And I feel like that encapsulates exactly the the favoritism or lack thereof that we got from the general referee crew there. I mean, to throw a flag at a player after the game's completely over in and itself is just never really seen that before. That's someone that's a little salty, obviously.
And here's kind of how I feel about it. One thing that really bothers me about this whole Dre Greenlaw suspension situation, we still don't know what he said. He hasn't come out with his to his own defense or said, well, yeah, I was saying this. You know what I mean? All we know is that referee claims he threatened him.
But Greenlaw didn't actually go and say try to make a case because he had a little window to today to be I'm gonna I can't think of the word.
He appealed it.
Well, he appealed it,
and he did.
He lost the appeal.
He did, and it got denied.
Yep.
It's first of all,
dude.
Okay, has anybody else looked into the whole shoving of Justin Strnad by the ref?
Yeah, well, yes. That's the reason why this happened. That's the reason why he charged.
Saying,
but why go after a game? Why?
Because it's a dude. Look, he's a dog.
Sean Payton already got the penalty for arguing, right?
He won't be a dog on Sunday.
He won't.
An actual physical threat, something that, hey, the cops could come if you want to take it a different way.
I don't know.
Egregious.
Look, it bugs me. It bugs the shit out of me because on one hand, I am pissed off that we don't have Dre this weekend or this next weekend against the Cowboys. But on the other hand, I can appreciate a dude standing up for his teammate. You know what I mean? I can appreciate the hell out of it.
Do it on the play.
It wasn't. The game was over and he got shoved. The ref shoved him after the play was over. It was done. The shove happened after the final whistle. And Dre's Dre sees it. And you look at the pictures. Justin Strnad's even looking at him like, what the hell? His face is literally filled with disgust that he just got shoved by the ref. And Dre's like, buddy, you're not going to shove my teammate like that. And so, was it probably ill-advised to go over to the ref and yell in his face? Absolutely. But at the same time, I can massively, massively appreciate a guy who is going to stand up for his teammate, for his brother in arms.
He should have towel and threw a flag on him. That's what he should have done.
Yeah, Like, okay, good example. I'm going to cut back to my own life, and I've told Jay this story before. On my own high school football team, there was a time where we ended up in a brawl against our crosstown rival. Like, both teams on the field throwing down, almost the game almost got called because of it, things like that. There were 3 dudes on our sideline that didn't join in. They stood off and watched the rest of us getting into it. And after the game, our coach cut them from the team. He cut them from the team. He said, I don't condone fighting. I don't think it makes you a bigger man, and I don't think it's good, it is a good look on you. But I think that if you stand and watch, you're a coward. And I won't have cowards on my team. And I respected that. I respected that so much from my coach. And it's the same kind of situation here. Dre was standing up for his brother in orange and blue. And I can appreciate that while it absolutely sucks.
But if you get the dub, just go take it and go. Like, I get what you're saying, but you have the dub, and he hasn't been here for 6 weeks off of injury.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, it was ill-advised. It was ill-advised. I'm not denying that by any means. But
I'm just looking at the Dallas game.
Putting himself in a leadership role when he's new to the team and hasn't been on the field. So he wants to show like the difference he's going to make in the locker room is that same difference he's going to make on the field. And he's like, and I can agree. Like, Greenlaw has been that dude. We saw it in Denver. He don't take shit. He don't take into that.
And he won't take shit.
TJ Ward would have done the same thing.
I agree.
How do you think it made him feel?
He's bringing that intensity back to the defense that we've been lacking because all we have are pros. Pat Surtain, a pro's pro. He's quiet. He's just doing his thing. He
does his business. He does his business, goes home.
Does his business. You don't got any. That's why we went and got those guys. Voices in the locker room that can change a team's mentality during a game and showing you like, all right, this dude means business. He's intense. Oh yeah, he just laid this dude out. It's his first game. He came all the way across Singleton's face and slammed freaking a receiver trying to go on a low quick route. It was great. Great.
We haven't had that since K-Jack.
Well, that's the kind of leader that he is. That's how Greenlaw tries to show his peers that like he is a leader, and how does he, feel as his best friend comes over to the team at the exact same time in Hufanga, and Hufanga gets named a captain before a game is played, regardless of how many games missed or whatnot. That had to chap his ass a little bit. Like, he's got a lot of pride. Like, hey, I'm just as big of, needle mover as Hufanga. Like, and as he should feel that way. So, like, I'm sure he's got a lot of motivation to, like, get going. Makes sense. Like,
I agree. I agree with that, and that's a great analogy because you're absolutely right. You get to see on your chest, and he's like, oh, that could be me. But at the same time, he's on IR, and, like, he's not in there. So his first game back, it's going to be intense. So I get it. He wants to make his name and let him know, and I love that he has all his Broncos, like, all his brothers' backs. Like, that's key point. That's like Al Wilson type status, John Mobley status, Carl Mecklenburg status. Like, you can see that. But at the same time, my point, we're going to play Dallas. And you can't leave another person to play all game. Like, you can't. Like, I just wish he would have just did it a little different. Like, hey, say something. But,
Maybe
whatever was said, like, it had to be enough where, the refs, they're mic'd, dude. Like, like, whatever was said was probable.
Okay. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to, like, to your point there. You don't want to leave. We're going to take on Dallas, whose offense has been playing a lot better than they have in the past few seasons. I'll give you that. Let me point something out, though. And I'm gonna bring up this comment here by Dak saying Justin Sternad put some respect on his name, dog. Now, that being said, Dre Greenlaw didn't play at all the second half of this game. Okay? Yeah, was he hitting people like a piss missile in the first half? You bet. The first 6 weeks of the season, he was not there. And this defense was getting it done against some of the best offenses in the league up to this point. I mean, we lost to the Colts. They're the number 1 team in the NFL right now, record-wise. We lost to them by a last-second field goal, but our defense was terrorizing them. You know, I'm just saying, yeah, you don't want to leave it to chance, but we know that this team can get it done without him, even if it's just for 1 week. It's just a point that I feel like I can make.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
I would say, shout out Dak for shouting out Strnad. I've been putting him on forever. Strnad's been my guy for like 6 years since he's been on the team. I've been subbing him in Madden every season because he's just that dude.
So he's your Damari Mathis.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was a good one. That was good.
Jay, let it go.
Except he's still on the team, making plays and interceptions in big games.
It's true.
Unfortunately, and don't get me wrong, Damari, I loved me some Mathis. I was upset about his turnout, but to get back to Strnad, I've been hyping up Strnad for years as such a complimentary backup, and he's had some moments where he isn't as good as he could possibly be. But who doesn't? Especially when you're not an elite top tier Dre Greenlaw, right? You're not.
Especially when you're not doing it week in, week out.
But you're also not a starter every single week of your entire career, playing 5+ seasons. And he comes in and makes a difference, as he did last year. Was huge, monumental for our linebacker group last year. Had a bad game, and everybody's trying to throw him to the dumpster. And here he did. He's come back, and he showed us exactly why we brought him back and left him in the lineup, because we have that trust. And to point to Johnny's take, we've been killing it without Greenlaw. The addition is the disappointment. The extra he could bring is why we're disappointed, because we can go from here to here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Potentially with the rotation. If they're all healthy, you got a rotation of guys that are always feeling good, always at full speed, not tired. Dude, such a potential. But
that you don't have to play 44 plays a game. You nonstop.
Yeah, exactly. We'll ride the wave how we have to do now and roll our dogs out there. Singleton's I would say shout out Singleton. Mad time, because coming back from the injury, I would say none of us really I didn't know how he was going to be, but early on he looked sloppy, and for the last 3-4 weeks he's proved he's better in coverage. He's proved he's still knocking people in the hole. He's definitely taken a step back from his prime, I would say, but he's still being a leader out there, still the green dot effectively. Like, we're going to be all right, but missing Greenlaw again is just a disappointment. Really.
It is.
Okay. It is. It absolutely is. And I don't take anything away from that. I'm just trying to, kind of point out the fact that without, this was his first game and he didn't even play the whole thing. In fact, he wasn't even on the field during our epic comeback, So we've been getting it done without him. It sucks not having him, but we can do it. And Broncos country should at least take a lot of solace in that.
Yeah. Can we give a shout out? I was going to say, are you getting to it? Our good friend Keith Bergman.
Yeah, Keith Bergman. That's right. Our dear friend. If you haven't checked out his show, make sure you definitely do so. Keith is 1 in a million and absolutely just one of the best friends to this network that we have.
I was going to say, Kurt and Jody and Trevor, like, they're all fantastic over there. Rocky Mountain Sports Report. Man, I love those guys over there.
Step up. We also got another shout out made here by Bronco Rob to the Bronco Grunt for holding down the pre and post game shows with him while all of us were in Denver enjoying the game. That's a huge thing. We appreciate Bronco Grunt so much. One of my longest tenured friends in my life, and I appreciate him stepping in so much. A couple questions here. More of an observation here from Joe from Mile High Medlock. Says, it'll be a good test for Vance and our tough defense. Stop the run, get some pressure on Dak.
I swear to God, if Javonte Williams comes in and blows the doors off of us, I'm going to be furious.
But you
that
know
will
that's
not
what's
sit well with me.
You know that's what
I'll
they're
start
going to try
knocking
to
on the
do.
wood for you, Jay.
It's the comeback game, right? It's the comeback game. So George said it last night when we were on the phone. It was like anybody that plays against. I mean, we can take it against football and go to basketball. If you remember, B.J. Armstrong when he was with the Charlotte Hornets, played Michael Jordan. He got game 2. I mean, they ended up getting him back because it was a series. But everybody wants that explosive game, so expect Javonte to, put those cleats to the ground and just go.
Okay. I hear you. But you know what? This should not be considered by anyone to be his revenge game on us. All right? Like, we didn't cut him when he was doing, real good. All right? He sucked for the last 3 seasons. He blew ass.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of blame. There's all kinds of blame to go around.
And no line, no offensive line.
The same reason J.K. Dobbins isn't going for 115 yards every game is Sean Payton's fault. That's why. That's why it's his revenge game, because he did him a disservice, and Javonte is out there thriving with the sorry freaking Dallas Cowboys, and he's making them a good team, putting up mad freaking 100-yard games, running like a freaking dog that he was, that we all projected him to be, and we took him out of that element. And that was my only take that I will start leaning on, because in my head, Sean Payton is doing a disservice to our running game.
Absolutely.
And that's why Javonte, but I don't believe our defense is going to let it happen. I think we can say, I think they're coming for blood too. They don't want that, But
I mean, the Cowboys haven't beaten the Broncos since 1995.
30 years.
So
since Clinton was in office.
That's what I said. That's the only matchup I've been waiting for, because Javonte's been killing it, and I'm just like, this is unacceptable, because we could be doing the same dang thing.
Jay had to bring up Clinton.
Well,
I did not have sex with that woman.
That was the tag that has been multiple years here of every once in a while facing the Cowboys of like, well, it's been a while. It's been a while since they were in their heyday. I mean, really, if you think about it, that was when Dallas was relevant. That was it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and it's the truth. Here's the thing: they haven't beaten the Broncos since '95. They haven't won a game in Mile High in the Mile High since 1993. All right, Jay, you and I was 4 years old the last time that the last time that the Dallas Cowboys won in Denver, and I was 6 years old the last time they beat the Broncos. We are not letting that streak die now, boys. We are not letting that streak die.
I'm not saying that, but let me ask you this. I truly believe in this, and do you guys think Riley Moss can go on a one-on-one? Because, of course, PS2 is going to have to hold his down. Now you got the best duo wide receivers, in my opinion. And I'll give George his props. He said that preseason. Watch out for these receivers. Dak's getting the ball. I have faith in Riley Moss. Do you guys?
Absolutely. And in fact, recently, just a couple days ago, actually on my ride to the airport yesterday, I can't remember who it was. I have it saved on Twitter or on X. God, I'll never get used to that. I have it saved, but dude was, I was not. But this dude was doing a breakdown on Riley Moss, and he was talking about it, and he was saying, you got to put some respect on Riley Moss, because he's like, the hate that Riley Moss is getting around this league and around this team is ridiculous. The dude is the most targeted cornerback in the NFL. Okay, and he is still. Yes, and he's still only allowing 44% completion rate while being the most targeted cornerback in the NFL. And he was saying, and I'm not, we stay away from certain things on this show, but this is a great point that he made, this gentleman. I'm going to have to find it and retweet it, tag you guys in it so you can hear what I'm talking about. But, he was talking about it. He's like, if he was anybody else, if he was any other cornerback, not the white boy cornerback from Iowa, if he was any other any other black cornerback, nobody would be saying shit about the current production going up against him. Nobody'd be saying a thing, but because he was the first white corner to start in the NFL in this millennium, everybody looks at him and expects so much out of him, so much more out of him than they would if he was just any other, cornerback too. And
yeah, but
I thought that was
as a number two, you got to take that respect because they're not going to go after PS2.
Ty got it. It was Bomani Jones who said it. He got
PS2's not going to get thrown at, and you just said it, the most targeted one. And George knows how much I love Riley Moss. Like I've been going preseason.
Great White Hope.
Riley, and he doesn't. You're right. He doesn't get that respect. He doesn't get that. Like, come on, man. You're gonna throw at him. What? I don't know what the percentage you said the completions was. But
44.4% after this game.
And that's ridiculous because he's not getting help out over the safety. Like, dude, like he's coverage. He's coverage. He's doing what PS2 times 2. PS2's taking out number 1, and that's a shutdown. That's a Champ Bailey thing. But Riley is getting targeted, and he's performing. So why isn't everybody celebrating this man?
They should be.
And if the opinion was different from our coaching staff that reviews the tape and sees him day in, day out, we have enough depth at that position that he would have been rotated out far before now. If there was a problem, if he, the performance was not coming up to snuff, to expectation. Because, think of it. A cornerback could absolutely ruin what this defense truly is. Like, a bad cornerback, we remember, what was it, Levi Wallace that let Jerry Jeudy just run on him. Every once in a while you have random instances where we're just going to pick on you, weakest link. We haven't had a weakest link in the cornerback room. It's amazing.
I am the smartest man alive.
Absolutely. Jay, what's your take on that, George?
Oh man, I've been going for Riley since day one, since last year. Everybody absolutely just doesn't. I won't disrespect people. I just don't know that they understand football. If they're saying Riley Moss is not good, I truly don't understand. I don't know. I don't really believe that you understand football if you think Riley Moss is bad. So you're telling me the guy that gets targeted 3 times the amount of any other cornerback in the league and is still giving up less than 45% completion percentage, I think less than an 86 QBR.
Yep.
That's a freaking DPOY
that's
candidate.
Dog.
That's a player.
Dog.
That's a freaking like you said. If that was any black cornerback stats right now, they'd be in competition with Pat Surtain for best corner in the league, statistically, right?
Statistically,
now,
they would.
But and then I would say the biggest thing for me is everybody's always talking all these big plays and that he gets caught a couple, right? Man, when you get targeted 3 times the amount, you're not going to give up 1 or 2.
You're going to give up. Statistically, you have to give up 1 or 2.
Yeah, you're not going to get them all. And when he does give it up, it's usually an amazing throw, back shoulder, and a better receiver, as in like T. Higgins. The catches that he had on Riley Moss were freaking dots.
Insane. They were
dots and
Chef's
great
kiss.
catches. And he's right there. Like, you got to put some respect on his name, how they say.
Some respect.
Oh, yeah. It's been a dog, bro, and that's riding.
Couldn't have said it better.
In riding.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Shy asking us, can we beat the Cowboys?
Can we?
Yes.
We can beat the Cowboys.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
By how much is the question?
If we don't see an offensive awakening out of our offense in a 4-quarter format here against this horrible defense, their defense is atrocious.
Yeah, as good as their offense is, their defense is that bad.
Equally.
we will have really bad and hard conversations if we suck it up and play to the competition of this next game. We should at least put up 30 points. No question.
But it all starts with play calling. Get a scheme in, get him going, get everybody involved. Like, if you want to put 3 running backs in one game, have a scheme for it. You can't run Harvey or Bidet the way you do Dobbins. And
let me ask a question to the room. Go ahead, Tim.
I'm going to say this. You can't put Dobbins in a position on 2nd and long, and now because you did it 5 times in a row, running on 2nd and 10, and he gets stuffed. Dude's been taking a beating. He went for his 100 yards before the Jets game with the Eagles, right? And now you're just making him a workhorse, and like let's just give up a snap. First down, start running that ball, open it up, give Dobbins in, and then let Harvey come in. If you want to run that system with the running backs, then let them come in, go on wheel routes, screen routes, or whatever. But all you're doing is screen routes, and Dobbins, man, he's nice. I don't know why he's getting so disrespected as a running back from Sean Payton. I'm going to say that name again, Sean Payton. Put him in a position to run that ball to get your passing game going. Don't let it go to the 4th quarter for Bo to pull off the mile-high miracle.
Sure. But
relating to the running game, I was going to ask, relating to the running game, though, what's everybody's opinion on Palcho and like what has happened with the guard position? Has that, in your opinion, for the last game, did you see improvement of like, Pert was terrible? Like that has been a bleeding side of the line here, and why we haven't been able to run the ball successfully.
It looked better. I
thought it looked a little better.
But it looked better.
I honestly don't care. Run it off of Quinn Miners' ass. Every play. I do not care about I don't care who's over
The
there.
dude knocks down trees.
The freaking guy that runs down trees, run it off of his freaking ass, and get up the field. I don't care. Run a freaking 26 dive or zone, as we are in a new zone scheme, and give your offensive line a chance to win the freaking line of scrimmage. Quit coming out with his Nancy ass. I'm Sean Payton. I want to throw for 5,000 yards with Bo Nix. Shut up.
Hey, I want to see him. I want to see him put the ball in the hands of RJ Harvey and run some power. Some power runs.
I've been waiting.
That's what I want to see. I want to see power runs.
I've been waiting for him to put the ball in anybody else's hands.
It won't happen.
Why is Bidet touching the ball still?
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, Tim.
Why are you so much on the hater of Bidet?
We should just go to 2 running backs. He's taking away touches from RJ Harvey.
Agreed.
I want to say McLaughlin. Who cares about McLaughlin? Who cares about Bidet? Go to 2 running backs. Get another freaking tight end or lineman in there, or another receiver. Fill the spot and start running the ball, dude. Start running power offense. There's no excuses.
Okay.
There is no excuse,
I like
but you're right. You can run it exactly where you want to run it, but you have to call the plays to be able to do that, right? What Bo Nix needs to do is figure out how to audible and not be scared of Sean Payton on the sky. I'm not saying he's scared, but just in general, audible off. I know he's not Peyton Manning. I know he's not Tom Brady. But like 2nd year in, you got to start looking at your guys and recall a play once in a while.
Hey, Jay,
right?
would you please get your pussy under control? We're on camera, okay? Like, this is not. Hi, Bucky. Anyway, no, and the point I was going to make, you were talking about the run game. Something that we alluded to earlier in the show tonight was one of the things that I think is the key, and that's let Bo off his leash. Like, stop. Like, he did it. We saw it last season, and I said it before this season began, that last season we saw him, holding this leash and having Bo heel for like half the freaking season. And then once he let that leash out, he clicked that little button and the leash extended, Bo was tearing it up. Stop holding him back. You let him off the leash in the 4th quarter, and what happened? A 33-point comeback in 1 quarter. Let him be Bo. It's that simple. Let Bo be Bo, and the job will get done. Like, that's my key right there. Let Bo be Bo. I don't know. I mean, I could be completely off base, but that's
I agree. I agree with you.
That's exactly, we talked about it earlier. It's exactly what he's putting a handicap on him for no reason. He's putting
Agreed.
a cuff on him. He's making him go away, and he's wanting him to run just the plays that he calls. And I don't think he's giving him free reins to just play football. That last fourth quarter, the last 10 minutes, it wasn't even the full fourth quarter. The last 10 minutes, Bo Nix played like he was at Oregon.
Yes.
He played free, on the loose. I can do anything I want. Stepped up in the pocket, didn't even run away. He stepped up 4 steps into the pocket, drills Marvin Mims while Sutton's crossing his face almost. Like
called his own audibles. Kill. You know, I mean, it was.
You could have did that in the second, even if you don't do it in the first. You could have did that in the second quarter. Why are we not calling these 15 to 18 yard deep in routes? These middle of the field routes that are going to make chunk plays easier. And then it's going to make defenses change their mind about jumping these other routes. And then all of a sudden you got underneath, exactly. Sure.
But you know what? Like, that's what it is. When he was with Oregon, like, dude, he had that possibility to be a comeback quarterback then. He's already proven that he's that guy in that fourth quarter. Let him be that 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can you imagine the possibilities? Like,
well, I'm just saying.
Like,
imagine the possibilities. Imagine the possibilities if he floated that touchdown to Bulls, like Keith Bergman brings up. That would have been such a clutch. Like, oh my gosh! Like,
he doesn't have a touch pass.
No, he does not. He does not. It's fastballs.
Brett Favre.
Now, I mean, here and the thing about Bo, I think we can all agree that Bo has incredible football IQ, right? He reads a game very well. Yeah, I mean, am I alone on that one, or does everybody kind of agree with me there?
I think when he gets under pressure, he starts doing it more in the fourth quarter. But to Jay's point, I've been saying this for weeks. That touch pass, we could have got how many more yards of passing could we have got? How many more touchdowns could we have got? Learn, like, you don't have to.
Well, it's because he won't set his feet. It's the same thing we saw in action earlier in the year where he overthrew people, or it was just highly inaccurate because he didn't set his feet. His footwork were atrocious, and he's got shades of that when he's not under pressure. That's a little concerning.
And Mile High Medlock brought that up last night. We were on the call with George last night and just talking, and he said the same thing. He goes, he had out nobody around him, and he didn't plant his feet and throw. Instead, he overthrew. And you're right, Jay. Like, know your environment. So the football IQ, I think, is there mentally, but like he panics. Yeah. Like he has somebody on it. Like, you got 3 more seconds. Open something else, or throw the ball away, or run out of like for what you can. There's options. You know,
I will make the argument. I will make the argument that if Sean Payton gets off his ass a little bit and just lets him play ball, we will see that evolve in the right direction. I think, because right now I think, him being forced, like you said it, to he's being forced to play, to execute the plays Sean Payton's calling, right? He's having to commit so much of his brain power to having to just do exactly what that is supposed to be, that he's not following instinct. You know what I mean? And we've seen how much that changes when he just goes off of his instincts, when he just plays the game, not sitting there having to focus on, well, coach wants me to execute this, this curls route right to Sutton. And, no, if he's just like, I see the field, read, ball, and that is what we saw in the fourth quarter. We saw Bo off the leash, and it was a totally different tale of the game at that point. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that it's that there's not room for improvement on Bo. I'm just saying let him off the leash a little bit. And there's that damn cat again. I'm just saying let him off the leash a little. And I think, and I will, and I truly got the Guinness. Let him off the leash a little, and I think we will start to see what we were seeing from him in the back half of last season again. Yes,
Let
Keith,
Bo
right there.
cook.
Bo Cook. So anyway, guys, this part's been fun. I want to do a segment with you guys because we've done 2-minute drill with you, George. I want you to do one of ours. All right, and I don't have my sunglasses handy for this one, Jay, but it's still going to be fun regardless. All right.
Can I dispel one quick comment?
Oh, absolutely! Please do.
We got Richie. Appreciate you in the hood. I got the Jamal Murray jersey a little slimmed down because Richie, I'm not in basketball shape quite yet. All right, I'm much like Jamal Murray coming into those seasons. I'm not in basketball shape yet. It's going to take me at least 50 games of the regular season to get this basketball jersey, perfect fit. So it's coming.
Hey, I'm a fat
Canadian.
guy, okay? No jersey fits me right. No basketball jersey fits
Jay's
me
like,
right.
don't body shame me, all right?
It's coming. Training camp just ended. All right.
All right. So that being said, I've got one ready to go, Jay. So if you want to take a moment and think one up, or if you guys, while we're doing this next segment, come up with one you want to do, we're going to do it. We're going to plug in right now. This is the Mile High Matrix. All right. So this is the Mile High Matrix. It's very simple. You guys have seen the Matrix movies, yeah? I'm sure you weren't born in a cave. Well, George might have been. But
caves.
But anyway, you've seen the Matrix, right? Morpheus, the two pills. The red pill does one thing, the blue pill does another, right? That's what we're going to do here. You have two choices, the orange pill or the blue pill. You can't say neither. You can't say both. You got to pick which pill, and that is what, and then you have to, and then you justify your choice. All right. So I will start. Generally speaking, during that transition video, Jay and I put on sunglasses, in true Matrix form. But I totally forgot to grab, to mention to bring those out tonight because I was busy at the doctor with my kid. So tonight we're just gonna roll with it. All right. So here, you ready for this? Orange pill. The Denver Broncos defense continues to dominate and carries this team all the way to the AFC Championship. All right? But the offense continues to stagnate the way they have all season. Okay? Or you take the blue pill, the Broncos offense begins to balance us out, and they begin to balance with the defense, and we go into the playoffs, but we don't make it to the AFC Championship this year. Would you rather? So orange pill, defense carries us to the AFC Championship with the possibility of going to the Super Bowl, or blue pill, the offense starts looking better, starts balancing out with the defense, but we don't go that far this year. Which one are you taking? George, you go first.
Okay. So I am going to go with the latter and choose the AFC Championship appearance. I would much rather see us continue to strive on the defensive side of the ball, knowing that we have such a young team and a turnaround is much faster on offense, considering if we're getting carried across this journey to the AFC Championship team, it means that our defense is scoring more potentially. But if they aren't, like they aren't right now, and they're just doing their job, that means that we're still productively getting better as an offense, but grooming our younger players along the way and continuing to add through the draft in the next year, potentially free agency now that our cap is officially gone. The Rust cap is officially dead. We have nothing to worry about going forward. So I'm going to take that AFC Championship appearance.
All right, so George takes the orange pill.
Orange pill.
All right, Tim Dog. What say you? Do you take the orange pill or the blue pill?
I'll take the blue because if we're not Super Bowl bound, it doesn't matter how far you get in the playoffs. So if we can see our offense stepping up and making more of an effort and doing what they want to do, and like getting schemes together for the next season. Because either way, the question is not about a Super Bowl. I want to see the offense get it together, and if they can do that through play calling and banding together, and Bo Nix being Bo Nix, getting a running game together, I would love to see us go out with an even squad rather than just the defense.
I like it. So we got one orange pill taken and one blue pill taken. Jay, what say you?
I'm going with orange pill. I think the correlations between this team and the 2015 team are just crazy, eerie similar on both sides of the ball. Like, boys, in 2015, the year of the Super Bowl, we had the same discussions of, like, we don't know the identity of this offense. Like, this offense is, like, no good. It's letting this defense down. It's taking this defense to be heroic in turnovers and scoring, honestly, on defense to make that season go. And that's kind of what the season's turning into be. So I've already seen that. I have proof. There's proof in the pudding that can result in the Super Bowl. So sign me up. I'll take that.
Okay. All right. So 2 orange pills on that side of the screen and 1 blue pill so far. He's on this side of the screen. We're going to tie it up. I'm going to take the blue pill. And here, and my reasoning, I'm going to take the blue pill. The offense balances out with the defense. We have an even squad. We go into the playoffs, which is great. You know, that's our expectation, right? That's our baseline after last season. We know we can get there. That's where we are going to be, is the playoffs, yeah? We are building, you know, even though, yes, we are absolutely could be Super Bowl contenders this year. I believe that. I still do. You know, I mean, we have one of the best records in the NFL, and we have the talent to do it. However, I believe that, you know, right now you look at the pieces we have in place and how long we have all those pieces. This window does not close at the end of this season. Nowhere near. We got 2-3 more years in this window right now. And I'm sure that they're going to get plenty done to keep that window open too. So for me, if we can end this season with a balanced, just like Tim Dog said, with a balanced squad going into next season, ready for, you know, to look forward to the future, going into a draft, you know, George said it, going into the off season without the salary cap woes, and with, you know, and being and becoming quickly, we've already seen it happen this off season, a destination for free agents. Bring in some more. Then next year and the year after that, I mean, we could be absolutely a dynasty. So I'm gonna take the blue pill. I'd rather see this team even out.
It is, I guess, a look of short-term success versus long-term success. You know,
exactly.
Build to the future or just cash in.
I wouldn't even say that, though, because we're still building to the future if our offense still struggles. Because you're telling me we went to an AFC Championship game. How many more games like this where Bo Nix has a game-winning drive? That's a lot of confidence.
It's a great point. It's a great point.
And then
that is a good point.
It can go on both sides. But, like, in our scenario, you know, it could be how we've been seeing the season play out. AFC Championship could mean that Bo Nix just had 3 game-winning drives, or 2, depending on our seeding, right? Say we have 2 or 3 game-winning drives in the playoffs to solidify the future of our offense while maintaining the dominance on defense that we are.
So, right? I mean, either way, we're kind of seeing towards the future. So, but I mean, ultimately, we have different views on it, and that's cool. That's why I love this segment. That's why I love this segment. Does anybody else have a mile high matrix that they'd like to present? One that they've come up with.
I'm good tonight, unless Tim Dog has something. It's getting late.
Yeah, it is. I was gonna say I'll give one out, and then we can get out of here. Okay. This is gonna be just a little bit crazy here. All right, so follow me.
You are crazy, but I love it.
We go off kilter here. You might as well. All right, so we're going orange pill. Would you rather get a clean, fresh 1977 replica orange jersey that, you know, we're on to the throwback jerseys here. We just got the schedule announcement. Like, we know when they're wearing them. And that's a big thing coming to the Dallas game next. So Would you rather wear that jersey, like have that jersey be the primary jersey, or would you go back to the blue? Because this was a big thing we talked about, or that was spoke about pregame of like that we were wearing the orange uniforms for this game, and it wasn't going to be a special jersey day. So blue pill, wear blue jerseys default. Orange pill, wear the throwbacks as default home jersey. Where goes,
You mean like permanently, like go back to the throwbacks as our permanent look? Okay.
Absolutely. It's still an orange versus blue discussion here, but it's
definitely.
Orange.
Good one, Jay.
I'll take that orange pill. I'll take that.
Throwbacks.
Don't get me wrong. The Blues were nice when it came out in 97 or whatever.
Yeah, it was 97.
But I'll take that orange all day. Like if you heard the South Stands, they called it the orange wall at the game, and everyone was in 88. George brought up a point where maybe everyone got a DT that was in the South Stand. But man, when you see that orange, there's no replacement, man. There is no. I'll take the orange all day. Like
orange all day.
I don't even have to elaborate after that. I'll just end it with that orange.
Bro,
interesting.
And not even just the orange. It's the throwback. Oh
yeah.
Oh,
it's sexy.
Come on. That's ultimate, bro. There's no beating them. We've yet to see a jersey come close to that.
So
I gotta. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
No, I'm with him.
I'm with him, dude.
Go ahead, John.
I mean, like, I'm grabbing a handful. I'm about to overdose on orange here. I'm grabbing a handful of orange pill. I'm dumping the bottle of orange pills down my gullet and washing it down with a bottle of Jack. Like, that is, look, I have said for years, bring it back. Bring it back. Like, I have begged. I've even asked, like, okay, you guys want to modernize it a bit? Find a way to incorporate the modern Bronco head into the body of the horse and the D. Do that together, but bring this back. I have begged them for years. Make that. It was fun. Like you said, Tim, it was fun in '97 when we got new uniforms. They were cool, but we literally went to the same color scheme as the damn Chicago Bears. We were like blue with orange accents. No, we are orange with blue accents. That's who we are. We bleed orange before we bleed any other color. Give me the throwbacks all day, every day, and twice on Sundays.
That's why we're the Orange Crush. We're the Blue Crush.
Yeah. That's a movie about surfer girls.
The existence of why I bring this up, the reference to, is today the Avalanche got their Nordique jerseys released.
Oh, yes.
So when we talk about the publicity and the marketing that goes into a fresh new jersey, it's a big deal to have that released and to have the fan base get juiced about the aesthetics of the team like that. So that's why I would not want the throwbacks to be the everyday jersey. That is special occasions. That is your Sunday's best. You don't wear that on a Thursday. I want to see a random, blue jersey, and I only want one orange jersey. I guess that's also a sub point to all this, is that I would be fine with throwbacks being the orange jersey. Like, if we're gonna do it, just do it. Like,
you know what's crazy, Jay? As you're talking about the Avs, we just scored.
Did we?
Yeah, 1-0. Cale Makar.
Beautiful.
I had to shut down my TV because it was interfering.
I just get the alerts. I'm not watching. I'm
speaking it into existence.
Literally at 9:04, I got the alert. It's 9:05.
Nice.
But that's the premise why, though. I mean, we are jazzed when a new jersey comes out that invigorates our fandom. Like, it is a big deal. And those throwbacks, they just conjure up those feelings. And I wouldn't want that to be diluted by seeing it every single week. That's just my thing.
Same. I like that. But let's just, off topic, kind of, jersey related. Do you think we get the rival jerseys next year, or do we have to wait again? Because the rivals jerseys got dropped this year for 8 teams.
That's a great question. I'll throw it out.
We get them.
We get them next year because this team has just become like, like if you notice, the rollouts of the rival jerseys have been to like the teams that are on fire and the darlings of the NFL over the past 2 seasons. Right now, we're finally getting our justice from the national media. They're finally noticing us. Everybody's like the Broncos. Yep. They're going to look at it next year and be like, okay, so which teams are getting it this year? Well, the Broncos were killing it last season. It's time.
Rivals.
We're going to get them next year. Yeah, we're getting rivals jerseys next year. Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be cool either way. I'm just, man, jerseys have been top of my mind. Mark it in your calendar for the fiasco that was Nordique jerseys selling out in a blink of an eye. In 20 days,
Crazy.
Black Nuggets skyline.
Oh, the city edition. The city edition is back.
Mind you, that will sell quicker than the Nordique. So that is going to be gone in a blink of an eye. Mark your calendars if you're all about that.
I still have my Christian Brown and my Jamal Murray, skyline jerseys, city edition jerseys. So I'm okay for right now.
The black
that is a good take, though. Sick. They went off, and now these new ones are coming in, which I didn't even know about, to be honest with you. Like, oh my gosh, can you imagine, dude? Like that's what, maybe 6-7 days out of stock.
Here we go.
It's gonna be nuts.
All right, guys, this is the Mile High Matrix. We're going to go ahead and unplug real quick, and then we'll get out of here. All right? Thanks, guys, for participating. And George and Tim, if you guys notice that video, that transition video, looks a little bit subpar to the videos I've made over the past, for like Broncos Bros and stuff, that's because that was one of the very first videos I ever made for this show, like literally like 5 years ago. So that was when I was first, figuring out how to do that stuff. So don't judge me. All right, guys. I want to say a huge thank you to George Montoya, Mile High Montoya, and Tim Dog 14 for joining me and Jay tonight on this edition of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue. Guys, yeah. Gang. No, for real though. Thank you guys for being with us. I appreciate it so much. I love you guys from the deepest parts of my heart. I appreciate you and can't wait to get you. I cannot wait to see what Mile High Outcast is going to look like, Tim. And of course,
thank you very much. I appreciate that, Johnny.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. And George, you bros keep killing it over there on Broncos Bros, man.
Hey,
you just keep on, keep it rolling. So, guys, on behalf of myself,
Jay, been a pleasure.
Yep.
Jay,
on behalf of myself,
on Sunday, I was just saying I've met Johnny a few times already, so it was a pleasure to finally meet you, and you got to meet the bros for the first time.
It will be the last. I will be back.
Absolutely.
It was freaking blast, dude. So much love.
Absolutely.
Shout out your parents.
Hey, you tell your parents, say hey. Yeah.
Certainly will.
Hey, you tell my aunt and uncle. You tell my aunt and uncle I say hey.
I said that to my dad later on in the day. Talking about all the people there, and I said that to him. He's like, "What?" Typical like boomer old person. Like, what is that?
What? That's awesome.
On behalf of myself and my co-host and cousin Jay, thank you guys for joining us tonight on the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. We will be back next Tuesday. We will see you for all of our other awesome shows this week. Don't miss out. Do make sure that if you haven't already, you like, subscribe, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Also, check out the audio version of our podcast everywhere you listen to your favorites. We will see you. Jay and I will definitely see you guys Sunday for the pre- and post-game shows. Guys, this has been awesome. Go Broncos. What a win. Let's go do the same damn thing to the Cowboys, yeah? Save a horse ride a cowboy. That's right.
Broncos roast.
Guys, on that note, we're going to give you a big Mile High salute. We're out of here. Go Broncos.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Go Broncos.
Orange and blue, we're here for you. Talking Broncos all day through. No stopping us, we're on the loose. Come join the crew, no bad news. Podcast vibes so fresh and true. Nothing rhymes with orange and blue. catching up on all that we knew. Hit play, let the episodes accrue. Nothing rhymes with